Medical officials in Gaza say more than 700 Palestinians have been killed. Sealed off. Israel has also cut off Gaza. And this war now, when it's no power, food, and water allowed in. It's a total siege. The Israeli government says the goal is to crush Hamas and drive the militant
around the
group
clock,
from
with
power.
no difference between day and night.
And protect themselves.
That's how a senior Israeli Air Force commander described the bombardment of Gaza.
This conflict, which dates back decades, has involved numerous historical, political, and religious complexities. But is it that complex? Before we dive into the current situation between Israel and Palestine, let's establish some historical context. The conflict started, let's say, roughly in the early 1900s. The Balfour Declaration was a 67-word letter in the 1917 that was a statement by the British government that would have a significant impact on the future of the Middle East, let alone Palestine. The Balfour Declaration was a letter written by Arthur Balfour, the British Foreign Secretary, to a leader of the British Jewish community. Now, in this letter, Balfour expressed the British government's support for the establishment of a national home in Palestine. Now, you might be wondering, why did the British make this declaration? Well, at that time, the Ottoman Empire had conquered all that region, and in order to get rid of the Ottoman Empire, they needed help from the Jewish and from the Palestinians. So they promised the Jewish a land to live in, and also they promised the Palestinians independence from the Ottoman Empire. Keep in mind that the Jewish people was only 10% of the people that was living in that region, compared to 90% of Palestinians. The British believed that by promising a homeland for the Jewish, they would gain their support in the war against the Ottoman Empire. However, this declaration was met with mixed reactions. Of course, while it was seen as a positive step by many Jewish communities because of their gain of the land, the Arab population in Palestine was not happy about that, and that was the majority of people living in Palestine. They felt that their rights and interests were being ignored in favor of the Jewish people. Fast forward a few decades, and the Balfour Declaration played a significant role in the establishment of the State of Israel in 1948. It became a key document in the Zionist movement and shaped the course of history in the Middle East. In June of 1967, the Six-Day War was a conflict between Israel and its neighboring countries, including Egypt, Jordan, and Syria. This was a devastating war for the Palestinians. They suffered a great depression, all the killing and all the suffering, the launched surprises attack that Israel has taken upon Palestinians and innocent civilians. Israel in just 6 days had gained control over most of the land in Palestine, including the West Bank, the Gaza Strip, and the Golan Heights. More than 2 million were rushed out of their home land from Gaza to other places that they never been, perhaps before. Hamas is a Palestinian political and military organization that was founded in 1987. They have been a major player in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, and their main goal is to establish an independent Palestinian state. The Palestinian people has suffered a lot from the Israeli government. Now, this has to stop. More than 2 million people are being hostage as we speak right now from the Israeli government. They cut off their electricity, their food supply.